Come with me to make a chicken veggie soup because I love the nutrition factor of it and I love the warmth factor of it. Now you're just going to follow along. I just YOLO everything, so there's no particular recipe. I just try and measure with my heart. You know, this transition though, I think that was gold. And I'm not quite sure where the footage went for that, but I added in the broccoli and the cauli, and then I've added in kale and carrot. Now I don't usually add kale, but I had it, so we added it. And then we added the coleslaw mix, which already had more carrot in it, but it is what it is. And it has obviously the cabbage, but the more the better, because why not? It gets you more nutrition. This is the part I hate the most, is taking the chicken off the chicken bone. Like, I hate dealing with anything chicken, whether it be raw chicken, cooked chicken. I just hate like dealing with the chicken. But anyway, it has to be done. We got as much chicken out as possible and we stirred it in. Now this is going to simmer for a few hours because it cooks down all the vegetables really well and the chicken as well, but it also brings out all the flavours. I just added some ginger there before, just for the nutrition factor as well as the flavour. And these are all the flavours I'm adding, like all the herbs, spices, and the nutrition benefits like the turmeric, but you've got to add the black pepper to make it activate, all those things, because inflammation. You know, we're going to try and make it the best we can because, I mean, why not? Like, you're just silly if you don't. And also, when you're sick, it's great to have a soup because, you know, it's helping you get better, it's healing. Now, you can see, obviously, what I've put in. The measurements are just to go with your heart. I couldn't tell you what they are, to be honest. But I let that sit for a little while before I come back and stir it. And then I also put in the spinach. Now, I didn't put the spinach in prior because it wilts down a lot, so I thought if I put it in later it's not going to wilt down as much and you can get more of the spinach, if you will. I fill it up a little bit more with water just because it's gone down a lot since when we put it on, to make it more soupy, because you don't want it to just be chunky, you know, you want it to be a soupy form. Now this is when I stir it again, but I take it off the heat and then I let it cool. Now you can obviously serve it up now and eat it if you like, that's what you kind of want. However, I've made this for a meal prep, so I end up letting it cool for a while and then I'll put it into these freezer bags, which I label on the front with the date, what's inside, and whether it's gluten-free or not, because I am on a current diet that I need to be gluten-free and sometimes I don't remember if I put it in when I was making it at that time. But anyway, this was a mess because it just went everywhere and it was liquid in chunks, and you know, you could probably do it better, but it is what it is. Now I do end up laying these flat when I do freeze them, just because it defrosts better when you pull them out, because they're in like one slab rather than a big chunk. So if there's one tip you should take from this, is just lay them flat in the freezer beforehand, just so you can get them to mold like that, and then when you take them out they defrost a lot faster than if you have them in a big chunk standing up. I did also put some in a container and a bowl for me that night and the following day. But anyway, thanks for watching.